Today I wanted to talk about a big nerf that happened to my favorite gun in Fortnite. The Mammoth pistol was nerfed in the last update and I'm a little sad. Hey, if you like this video, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel because I love making these discussion videos about Fortnite for you guys. Let's get into it. So the pistol used to do 81 damage to 91 damage depending on the rarity at long ranges, and now does 65 damage to 73 damage at those same ranges, and at medium ranges it previously did 85 to 95 damage and now hits for 75 to 84 damage, and the headshot modifier went from 1.85 to 1.75. Now the legendary pistol did a max damage of 182 and now does 152, so it's a pretty decent nerf to the gun. It kind of makes sense, right? Because it was a pistol, it should lose a little more range than it had. The range was insane with this gun to begin with. Like, I think at like 100 meters, if you had a legendary pistol, right, it was doing like 91 damage instead of 99, and that was a little strong. Definitely got brought down. I don't think this changes my loadout. Obviously I'm sad that the gun got nerfed, but I'm still gonna be rocking it because it still hits harder than every other weapon in the game. It's very reliable, and I still find it to be a lot of fun to use in every single game. I typically like to use the Mammoth pistol and the pump shotgun, whether it's the Havoc pistol or the Spaz shotgun. The shockwaves and the grapple gloves are my favorite two movement items that I always keep on hand if I find them, and then also a healing item. So that's kind of like my typical loadout that I like to use. It might not be the most meta or the most effective loadout, but it's just the most fun for me to use. And I was really looking through the comments of Twitter, like I wanted to see, hey, how is everyone thinking about this nerf? Are they happy? Are they sad? What I kind of found out was, yeah, a lot of people didn't like the Mammoth pistol. They thought it was too strong. A lot of them were happy that it got nerfed, and a lot of people wanted it to be nerfed even harder. I was kind of surprised that the community really doesn't like this gun and they really thought it needed to be nerfed. I thought it was a little strong for the range, so I think it's okay. I think the nerf was okay. And I really thought about the Mammoth pistol, and the reason that I love it so much is that it really rewards your aim, and it's very punishing in the medium and close range fights, because if you miss your shot, you're gonna be in deep trouble, right? Because it only gets one shot. It's gonna have to reload unless you have the augment that has a chance that you don't need to reload. And you know, the other person's probably gonna be using a shotgun, a drum maybe, or you know, a spray weapon or the repeater rifle. So if you missed your shot, you know, you're probably going to lose the fight, especially in a 50-50 with no cover. If you miss your shot, you're probably going to lose the fight. I love that risk and reward feeling, and that's why I love the gun. But let me know down in the comments below, are you happy about the nerf? Was the nerf too small, or did you want it to be just completely left alone? Now, one thing I really was surprised about was the repeater rifle really hasn't seen too much of a nerf. It got a nerf to its structure damage, I think at the end of July, but for zero build, the weapon hasn't changed at all. I'm really surprised that Epic hasn't nerfed this weapon because it's a little too strong in most situations. The only time this gun really does not excel is shooting from low ground, because if you don't get a direct hit, you're not going to get any splash damage, usually because the cover or like the land that they're above takes all that splash damage, and so the opponent doesn't take it. And obviously in the air it's kind of hard because it's a projectile weapon. People are gliding or they're shockwaving around. It's very difficult to hit someone with a direct hit. But what I think for the gun is, I don't think that we really need a damage nerf, but I do think that the splash versus direct hit ratio should be changed. So right now the legendary repeater rifle hits for 80 damage and it's split 50-50. If you hit a splash shot, does 40 damage, and the direct hit does 40 damage. And so I would really like to see that ratio change to being the splash damage doing 20 to 25 damage and direct hits would be doing 60 to 55 damage. You're still getting your 80 damage hit, but missing direct shots should punish you a little more. It shouldn't feel like it's a 50-50 split. And I really think that the Bloodhound perk should only work on direct hits. I think it's a little too easy to get the wall hacks activated because you just shot near them. I think that's such an overpowered augment, and I feel like it's pretty easily to get. I feel like I find it in a lot of games compared to some of the other even pistol perks that they have in the game that's new. And so I really think that it's a little too easy to get the wall hacks. Would like to see them scale that back, because that's a very strong perk and a very strong advantage to the person that has the wall hacks, obviously. Also in a close range fight, I mean, this gun is very strong in a 50-50 or close range. Even if someone's trying to hide in a bush or hide behind a tree for cover, you're still going to hit them with splash damage. So I think that it's just very strong and easier to use, and so that I think it just affects more players overall. I don't think the Mammoth pistol being super strong, or even the range earlier, was affecting as many games as people really thought, because right now people watch the streamers and the big ones are usually elite players or pro players, right? Especially the most popular ones. That is like 1% of the skill and 1% of the lobbies that are in the game. So you're really nerfing it for a very small amount of players, and I feel like the overall experience for a casual player is that they're not getting ripped by a Mammoth pistol from 200 meters away consistently. I don't think that's happening. It can be done, you can get that lucky shot, but I don't think it's affecting people as much as people were like complaining about it. And it could just be that distortion of watching the streamers. Hey, you know, they're shooting guys from 200 meters in a headshot, and they're shooting them out of the air, and they're shooting them when they're gliding, and they're hitting every shot. This gun is broken. They're like, oh, this gun's amazing, it's so broken, blah 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 blah. But I really think that it's not affecting as many players as compared to the repeater rifle. That thing is affecting everybody, right? You don't have to be that good to use the repeater rifle effectively. I'm still like enjoying Fortnite more than I was in the beginning season. Everything they've done the last 3 weeks with the Jujutsu Kaisen update and the Mammoth pistol and the repeater rifle, like that's all been fun. Like I've been just enjoying it way more. The beginning of the season sucked way until like about 2/3 into the season, and like so far it's been fun. Like I know they nerfed it, it's still the strongest gun out there, it's still the most reliable. I'm still going to use it because it's fun. So hey, if you want to say hi, come to my Twitch at twitch.tv/jbob. You know, we've been playing Fortnite with a bunch of friends, having a good time. Come out and say hi, and I'll see you in the next video.